Okay, it's time to get some stitches in this thing. Got it all hooked up in my little clamp thingy here. And I got my needle locked onto my thread. And my other needle locked onto my other end of the thread. And let's get started. I'm going to start right here. Oh, I put the piece of wood in there so it wouldn't squash down when I clamped it. Even out my two needles. Got my awl handy in case I need to open up my holes a bit. Because like I said in other videos, leather tends to, the fibers in the leather tend to close up when you pre-punch holes like I do. And sometimes I gotta spread the holes out a little bit so I can get my my needles through, so I can do my stitching. Let's double check yet. That's good. Now if you all your holes as you go, then that's not such a big deal. Okay, let me explain what I'm doing in just a second here. Oh, I'm getting all tangled up and stuff. Anyway, okay. First needle goes in the hole. Second needle I put that on top of the first needle. Okay, so I got them crossed over. Then I turn that over so the second needle is now underneath the first needle. No, I'm sorry, I screwed up. It doesn't go underneath. I'm going away from myself so it stays on top. That's the thing. Once you do it for a while, you just kind of go into automatic. Okay, first needle. Second needle goes on top. Turns. Second stitch goes on top of the first stitch. Give it a little snug. Let's do that again. Okay, there goes the first one. The second one goes on top. Second stitch on top of the first stitch. Now I like to give it a little tug to make sure that I didn't pierce the thread. And so forth, so forth, so forth, all the way down the line. Now I'm going to come back when we come around the corner and start coming back to us. Okay, we've come around the corner and now I'm stitching away from myself still, so I'm still doing it the same way. Second one goes over the top. Snug it down. And I'll just keep doing that till I reach the end. Then we'll do our back stitch. But again, needle goes in. I give it a little wiggle just to make it, just spread it apart a little bit. Second needle goes on top. Second stitch goes over top of the first one. Give it a little tug to make sure I didn't pierce it. And pull it snug. I got my stitch all the way up to the end here. And it was snug on this thing. I had to grab a hold of it with a pair of channel locks to pull it out. But that's the idea. Well, basically for the back stitch, you just back stitch. Stitch back.
Stitch.
Like this one goes through and then this one goes underneath. Because I want to keep that angle on the thread. Looks count on something like this. On a leather project, you want it to look good too. You want it to work well, do what you want, perform the way you want it to, last, and look good all the while. I have made stuff that was just, well, practical, utilitarian. But, you know, That's not really where it's at. I like stuff to look good too. Like, let me show you something here. Like my concealed carry holster. Nobody's gonna see that. It's for concealed carry, but still, I wanted it to look good. And it's lasting too. Sometimes I need my little flat nose pliers, because when you're doing back stitching, you got a couple layers of thread in there, and that little hole's getting tight. Yeah, I know there's a joke in there about a tight hole, but I'm not going to touch it.
Would you stop talking about
Anyway, how many times do I backstitch? I don't know, 3, 4, however much seems appropriate. I think I'll go one more, and then we'll cut it off and burn the ends. In fact, that's why I take it out of the clamp when I'm doing my back stitch, because that hole's tight. I stick the needle in, then use my work surface to push the needle through. But that's good. That's a good thing. Oopsie. I'll be right back. Yeah, being a little bit clumsy today, but that's okay. It's a beautiful sunny day out there. I got lots of light coming in through my big pitch of wander. Alright, this is the last time. Make sure those are snug and cut them off. Now, I hope you can see this, but I leave about that much. I'm going to go ahead and burn that with my lighter. There you go. There's the stitches in place then. Now all we got left on this thing is the finish work. We got to take care of those edges, put a final top coat on it and buff it out and get it all pretty looking.